What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you, Madden 19. Before I get into the topic of this video, which will be Antonio Brown and simulation football, I want to take a minute to thank each and every one of you. Subscribers for 5 years or 5 minutes. I am indebted to you forever with how much you support me and my channel. Last year, the biggest year I could ever imagine having, over 5 million views, maybe 12,000 subscribers, an incredible amount of response from our community, and I thank each and every one of you for it. I cannot do it on my own, so I appreciate what you do for me, and I would be hesitant to say that this year would be better, because I don't know how you could ever have a better year than I just did, but I promise you I will commit myself to making more and the best simulation football content I can. So with that said, we start 2019 with a article here about Antonio Brown not playing in the most significant game in the Steelers season because some reports say he had a heated argument during the week with Ben Roethlisberger. Now, this is prevalent to Madden because, well, if you've played Madden, you know your game intro, your splash screens, the cover, all feature Antonio Brown. And I don't have a problem with Antonio Brown not playing in this game. I wanted to actually have a discussion about characters in Madden. Character issues, red flags, when you draft players. Now, I'm not talking about all the other things that can go into this, but I'm talking about team chemistry, not a player getting in fictitious trouble on a fictitious team in a fictitious game, but the chemistry the players have and how that's represented in Madden. Should you have a receiver and quarterback not be on the same page? Not unlike Kirk Cousins and Adam Thielen the same weekend, but to a degree here where a player just doesn't play. I think it would add a very interesting dynamic to the game if you ever had a situation in it where a player said, listen, I could suit up, but I'm not going to. And then now as a franchise owner or as a coach, you're going to deal with that player. To me, when you look at a situation like the Steelers have in real life, Madden is incapable of dealing with it. I mean, let's take a look at a team that has their star halfback sit out the year. How that affects the team as a whole. Sure, it looked like for a while Connor was going to come in and they weren't going to skip a beat, but when those beats did start to skip, clearly there was some fractures in that team philosophy, mindset, and ideology, and you have players that at the end of the day, I don't care what you think about any team in the NFL. Antonio Brown may be a Pittsburgh Steeler today, but he plays for Antonio Brown Incorporated. He is worried about his health, his money, and his contracts, as he very well should be. He's seen a team that will allow a player to sit out an entire season. So if I was him, I would feel the same exact way. Why am I going to risk everything my health has for my entire life for a team that is not willing to return that? And if there is any arguments within my team that this causes because one player was not re-signed or one player was maybe treated differently than we expected him to be, then sure, that's going to create a team issue. And Madden, I think, struggles with those team issues. And I think if we had situations like this, I know there are people that will say, this is a horrible idea. I'd hate to have my season ruined by a scripted outcome of a receiver or player that does not want to play. But at the same time, if done properly, which is where EA struggles, to be fair, if done properly, this would add a level of realism, a level of concern, and a true evolution of a team every single time you played franchise mode. And whether you like this concept or not, you cannot tell me the game is currently capable of producing those experiences. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Again, I appreciate everything you guys do, not just for this video, but the entire upcoming year. You know that I'll be back in the week with more commentary.